Good evening. Let me catch my breath and introduce myself. Could you tell I was in a groove there? I'm Carol Daniel, and welcome to our second evening of the 33rd Annual Salute to Excellence in Education Scholarship and Awards Virtual Gala. We're coming to you again this evening from the beautiful campus of Webster University. So it is very fitting, of course, that we begin this incredible evening, evening two, by welcoming one of Webster's talented young vocalists. Please welcome Tiara Gray with the Black National Anthem.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound high as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Lift every voice and sing. Lift every voice and sing.
Can you feel it? Tiara is going places. Thank you for that incredible performance. Through the Education Salute program, we're able to honor some of the community's most dedicated and accomplished educators who inspire and instill a love of learning in our students. We're also here to award scholarships to many high-achieving students who need financial support to reach their higher education goals. The scholarships and grants being awarded tonight would not be possible without the generous contributions of our corporate supporters and education partners, who also share our appreciation and high regard for the value and critical importance of high-quality educators. This broad support is an affirmation of the importance of the mission of the Education Salute. We would like to acknowledge and express our appreciation for the indispensable support of the salutatorian level sponsors:
BEAR, Centene Charitable Foundation, and Maryville University. Our education grant sponsor is the Missouri Lottery. The summa cum laude sponsors are Southeast Missouri State University, the University of Missouri Columbia, Washington University in St. Louis, and Webster University. Our cum laude sponsors are Anheuser-Busch, A.T. Still University, McCormick Barron Salazar and Urban Strategies, St. Louis Community College, and the School District of University City. The Dean's List sponsors are Enterprise Holdings, Caristo State University, and the Regional Business Council. And the Honor Roll supporters are BJC Healthcare, St. Louis Children's Hospital, Spire, the Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis, and Western Governors University.
Well, you know it wouldn't be a salute to excellence without incredible attendance prizes. And this virtual salute is no different. Our prizes include a stunning pair of diamond earrings from Vincent Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Salute to Excellence. And our grand prize is very grand indeed. One of you will win a 6-day, all-inclusive stay for two at the Grand Palladium Jamaica Spa and Resort. That includes round-trip air on American Airlines, VIP custom service, ground transfers, and more. This trip is slated for the spring of 2021, and it is valued at over $4,500. It's from our amazing partner, Bubbling Brown Sugar Productions, the official travel partner of the Salute to Excellence. Tonight's beautiful decor, and isn't it gorgeous, is by Personal Touches by Janetta. And our audio visuals are arranged by Premier Production Choice. You'll find a complete list of all of our sponsors in this week's special edition of the St. Louis American. Now, since its inception in 1994, the St. Louis American Foundation and its partners have now invested $9 million in the St. Louis community. And if you're watching tonight and you'd like to join the effort to support the vital work of the foundation and its investment in our students, you can visit the address on your screen to pledge your support at any level. The Education Salute has been celebrated for 33 years, and honoring our educators is a deeply held objective of the foundation's mission. This year, however, we celebrate with special mindfulness and respect for the extraordinary circumstances our educators are facing. Some are on the front lines in schools as they are challenged to both teach and keep themselves and their classrooms healthy and safe. Others are teaching in virtual classrooms, adapting to swift technological changes and making sure that no student is left behind while learning remotely. Indeed, this is a school year unlike any other. And we believe that despite the challenges and struggles, there are good things happening, and those good things should be shared, uplifted, and celebrated. The work of the St. Louis American Foundation and the achievements of the educators and scholarship recipients that we honor have drawn local, statewide, and nationwide attention. And this year, it drew a bit of star power from an Emmy and Golden Globe winning actor who's always cheering for the home team in St. Louis. Get ready for a special message from Sterling K. Brown.
Good evening, St. Louis. It is a pleasure to join you all for the Salute to Excellence in Education virtual gala. 2020 has been a year of unprecedented challenges, which makes it particularly important to pause and celebrate what's going right. Our hometown newspaper, the St. Louis American, is the #1 Black weekly in the nation and one of the only papers with its own nonprofit foundation, which will award nearly $2 million in education grants and scholarships this year. Tonight, the St. Louis American Foundation carries on its mission of celebrating our outstanding Black educators and brightest Black students. Our educators have put themselves on the front lines in classrooms and are digging deep to adapt to virtual learning to continue serving our students and families. Our scholars are coming into adulthood and pursuing higher education during a pandemic, an ongoing Black Lives Matter movement, and an impending historic election. Please vote. They deserve our respect and recognition now more than ever. Congratulations and best wishes to all of the educators and scholarship recipients tonight.
We'll start our awards program by presenting the 2020 Excellence in Education Awards. These awards are given to 8 individuals for their remarkable success in empowering the lives of our youth. They are unsung community heroes who meet the challenges of leading and teaching and make a positive difference in the lives of young people. The 2020 Excellence in Education awardees are LaShanda R. Boone, Head of School, LaSalle Charter School. Shantana Goodwin Payne, Master Teacher, Magnolia Head Start, Early Head Start Center, Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis Head Start. Dr. Karen Hall, Superintendent, Maplewood Richmond Heights School District. Ramona Miller, Principal of Pioneer Pathways, Kirkwood High School. Cheryl Denise Rogers, Science Teacher, Normandy Schools Collaborative. Rhonda Stovall, Science Enrichment Lab Teacher, Grades 3 through 5, Gateway MST Elementary. John E. Thomas, Assistant Principal, Webster Groves High School. Dr. Craig Waddell, 8th grade algebra and math teacher, Hazelwood North Middle School. Please stay tuned to learn more about their outstanding work.
I have always believed in doing something that is almost like a ministry and spiritual in a sense in how I do the work. It's not going to work and going home. It's my life in a healthy sense, but it's that important. Education isn't 9 to 5. It's a part of who you are. You become a part of that community.
I came to education because my wife is a teacher, and in the process of trying to find myself, I would help her on her assignments, help her grade papers, and really liked it. I had a degree in English, and through an odd turn of events, I ended up getting laid off and went back to school and got my certification, and got fortunate enough to get in at a good place.
That was never my desire as a young person to go into education. But as I got older, I started in the corporate sector, and as I had my children, I decided that I wanted something that was more rewarding. And I had a degree in biology. I became a science teacher, and the rest is history.
I came to education through, I guess, a personal path. My oldest son is autistic, and so I really didn't want to be a teacher, but because I knew I had to be a strong advocate for my son, education was the way that I knew that I would be able to be the best advocate and best mom for him. So that actually began my educational journey.
As I can remember, when I was a young child, walking home from Fargate Elementary School, I knew back then that education was key to my heart.
I think he was about 9. He said, "Mom, you need a job, but you are off in the summer because I don't want to go to camp. I don't want to go over Granny's house, and I don't want to go stay with Aunt Niece." That's my sister, Jamise.
I came into education actually by happenstance. It was my goal when I graduated from high school to be a physical therapist. And somehow around my sophomore year of undergrad, I found myself in an education course.
I came to education after 27 years in systems programming computers. I had a very fortunate career, and I wanted to give back to the community. My approach to learning is student-centered. I have a saying, I can teach you, but I can't learn for you. So I try and convince my students that what I have to teach is of value to them in the future, and get them invested and involved in their education.
I'm deeply appreciative of what education can do. My parents were not well educated formally. They were very much educated in the school of life. My father went through 6th grade. My mother was only able to go through high school. But they made sure that all of our kids went to college. And having them come from the South and learning and appreciating the stories that they told about what they weren't able to do. They wanted to make sure that education was something that all their children had, because they knew it could change the trajectory of our lives and open up a lot of doors for us.
My job is to set a child up so they have everything they need in life, setting the foundation.
Me being an educator, I take to heart, and my biggest accomplishment to this day is my service at the Urban League Head Start program for the last 18 years. Because me being able to give a child a head start in life is the greatest opportunity in the world.
My approach to education is very similar to the approach that I saw my mother have. My students, even though they're high schoolers, they're more like my children. than just students, and I'm very invested in them. I spend a lot of time with them during the day and in the evening, going to activities that they participate in. I really feel a sense of responsibility for them, and so I think that I see education as more of a calling than just a job that you do.
I went to school in Columbia, South Carolina, came back to St. Louis, and really wanted to figure out what exactly I wanted to do in education. I knew that I wanted to somehow positively affect change. Then I was able to discover that what I believe my purpose in life is to serve students that face the most barriers towards success. I then began to be intentional about working with students that look like me, as well as those students who just needed a hand up, not a handout, but a hand up.
My approach to teaching is more of the facilitator. I like to have kids who form their own goals, and I lead by example and show them the way to achieve their goals and their expectations. I don't believe that the teacher should have 100% control in the classroom, not in terms of behavior management. Yes, I should have control, but in regards to what they learn, the pace that they learn, that has to be independent, because all students learn differently, all students achieve differently. So I believe it's my role in education to facilitate that to the best of my ability so they can reach their goals.
Variety of our lives and what we bring to education, it is wonderful. I think it's wonderful, yes. My approach to education is to first let the children know that you are there for them, that you care about them, and you are concerned about their well-being, not just whether or not they pass your class, how are they feeling, anything going on at home, because if things are going on outside of the classroom, the children's attention is not on what you're trying to teach them. So you first have to find out what's going on. I mean, we don't know anything personal, but just, did you have a good day? Did you have breakfast this morning? Is everything okay? And then if it's not, I always give them an opportunity to have a little time off and then to get themselves together, and then they can come back to class. I always have breakfast bars and some kind of little snack. I call them zuzus and wham-whams, so that if they are hungry, they can always come and get something to eat, which will settle their stomachs, and then they will be more inclined to learn. I want to thank my wonderful sweet mama and my daddy, who I call Daddy-O, because they helped to mold me and shape me into the person I am today. I'd like to give a great big thank you, shout out to Miss Ivory House. Thank you.
I'd like to thank the students, the parents, and the caregivers that I've worked with throughout the years, because whenever I sign a letter, I always say your partner in education, and I truly believe that education is a partnership, and I couldn't do it without your work and involvement, and I'd like to thank my wife and children for putting up with me for all these years.
My special thanks would be to family. I've been married for almost 20 years. I have a daughter who is in college, who is studying to be a veterinarian. I have siblings, my sister, she's always there for me. And they are a great support system, because this job, it can be a lot of responsibility at times.
I have to give a special thanks to my parents who set me on the path that I am on. As I said, my mom's an educator, my father was a dentist, and they always made education be paramount for us. And then for my family, with my husband and my children, I have 3 children who have always supported me and have allowed me to take other children into my heart and into my life. I would not have been able to do that without them. And lastly, I would have to also thank the educators that I work with who allow me to be who I am while within my school district.
My son, he is absolutely the apple of my eye. Although he's only 4 years old, it's clear to me that he understands that what mommy does is important, and he provides me the opportunity to do the things that I feel are important for my students. My last thanks would absolutely have to be to my students and my staff.
Tomorrow is the anniversary of my mother's death. And October 6th is the anniversary of my father's death. And if I had to thank anyone, it would be them. I lost my mother when I was 13. And so I really had to find and shape who I am a lot on my own. and I just thank God for that small amount of time. My dad taught me to be a fighter and to be independent, to stand on my own. I have 3 people who really shape me every day, and even when if I don't want to do my job, or if I do want to do my job, those are my 3 sons. Being a single mom, I want to set the best example for them of what a strong African American woman looks like, and everything I do is for my sons. Everything I do is for them.
I'm at Webster Groves, and we have some fantastic people that have paved the way for us. I cannot say enough good things about Linda Holliday and Ali Drake and a lot of other educators that paved the way for us. I work with some phenomenal people right now of color that just do the Lord's work. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for a Cherie Yeggins, a Dwight Kirksey, a George White, and we're also fortunate to have a good community. We have some good friends to our west, I believe, and I know that there are some good brothers and sisters over there that work very hard to protect us and support us.
Really, I can't say just one person, because I feel that so many people here at MRH have been a part of my life and made me a better educator because of it. I'm so grateful for the educators that have taken care of my baby all these years, and we've grown and laughed and cried together for the past 13 years, and I'm so grateful for those individuals. I'm grateful for the community for embracing me and the work that we've been trying to do around diversity, inclusion, and equity. It's not an easy journey, but we've been doing it together.
We have some more good news for these awardees. Here is Elizabeth Jennings of the Missouri Lottery for a special announcement.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here on behalf of the Missouri Lottery. At the Missouri Lottery, we believe in playing it forward. We go to work each day with a mission to help fund educational opportunities for Missouri students. 100% of the Missouri Lottery profits are earmarked for the state's elementary, secondary, and higher education systems. During the last fiscal year, that amounted to $333 million for Missouri students and the educators and school districts that serve them. That's about 4% of the state's funding for public education. We're proud to say that since sales began in 1986, the Missouri Lottery has contributed more than $6.5 billion to state and public education. We all know that teachers and educators routinely reach into their own pockets to help cover their professional development and classroom needs. Now, that includes PPE, masks, hand sanitizer, disinfectants, and things to keep their classrooms safe. Tonight, we're proud to partner with the St. Louis American Foundation to provide $500 education grants to each of our Excellence in Education Award recipients, to thank them for all they do. Congratulations to you all.
Thank you, Missouri Lottery. Feature stories on each of tonight's awardees can be found in this week's edition of the St. Louis American. So be sure to pick up a copy or two, or read online at stlamerican.com. To present our next award, we welcome Al Mitchell, President of the Bear Fund and Vice President of Community Relations for Bear.
Good evening. I am extremely excited to be here to bestow this next honor to a very deserving school. For 18 years, first as Monsanto and now as Bayer, we have partnered with the St. Louis American Foundation to present the School of Excellence Award. Tonight, I am happy to present the award to this year's recipient, Hajin Tech Academy in the St. Louis Public School District. Hajin Tech has consistently made academic gains over the years. In just 4 months, they've shown an 8% increase in reading for grades 2 through 5 at or above grade level, and a 9% increase in math performance. In addition to this, Hajin's commitment to advancing STEM education has also grown with innovative STEM programs, including serving as a pilot school for BBOTS, which teaches students to utilize coding in the classroom. In fact, the Hodgin Tech Innovators Robotics team won the 2020 State Capital Cup Championship in Jefferson City. However, the selection for this recognition goes far beyond these numbers and factors and focuses on the underlying changes made at the school that contribute to these results. What we're celebrating tonight, alongside the teachers, administrators, and families that are watching this evening, is the growth in other areas like the student community's mentorship model, parent involvement, which is up 30%, and innovative restorative practices that have resulted in 0 out-of-school suspensions for the past 2 years. At the heart of all of this is the commitment to give every student a voice, what we in corporate America refer to as inclusion. The goal is to build trust and create a safe learning environment so that students are able to better express their needs and the school is better equipped to meet those needs. Please stay tuned to learn more about Hodgin Tech's achievement.
So one thing that is important to us at Hodgin is that we are learning from our peers. So we create mentorships. That is what I believe is driving the success of Hodgin Tech, is that our older kids are mentoring our younger scholars. So for example, with GeoPlunge, the focus is 4th grade, and they are learning state capitals, just geography of our country, landmarks. And so our 5th graders who studied all this information, they actually take a small group, are quizzing, talking about ways that they remembered when they had to study for this geography challenge. And I really, truly believe that is what is driving that success and bringing home the championships. I always focus on a quote by Robert Heinlein: when one teaches, to learn. I am learning from our little 4-year-old. It is important that our children know that we adults, we see our children and we hear you. So we want our children to be a part of our decision making along with our staff. If I need to tweak a system, it's because I'm listening to our scholars and we drive our decisions on that. So it was really hard when the pandemic hit. You know, the spring was a slow start because we were all under some stress, but I am actually really seeing our scholars are helping each other out. As a leader, I'm always nervous about that chat feature, so I do monitor that. And when I was looking, I saw one of our kids was telling another one, you need to go to OneNote to find that, and then you'll see insert. That's where you insert your picture of your work. So again, that team building, it's still alive and well, even though we are distant from each other.
As you can see, the administrators and teachers at Hodgin are committed to bridging the gaps to lead to better student outcomes. In line with our mission, Science for a Better Life, BEAR aims to improve the quality of life for people in our communities and believe education is the great equalizer to overcome many of the inequities and obstacles that kids face. So in line with the old adage, it takes a village, BEAR and the St. Louis American Foundation are honored to recognize the achievements of Hodgin Tech Academy. This recognition includes 8 new laptops and a $2,500 education grant for the school. But that's not all. Last year, I was accompanied on stage by Michelle Ensko, Program Director for BEAR Fund, where we issued the first ever BEAR Fund grant to the winning school to support a STEM program. Unfortunately, after 8 years of battling colon cancer, Michelle passed away this July. However, her passion for helping kids in our community and her impact on education will continue. I am honored to convey upon Hodgin Tech Academy the first Fair Fund Michelle Insco STEM grant of $10,000 to support a STEM program to further assist their efforts in cultivating the minds of our young people.
Congratulations to Hodgin Tech, and thank you to our partners at Bayer for that incredible grant. The St. Louis American Foundation has a long-standing partnership with Southeast Missouri State University to recognize the invaluable work of guidance counselors. Let's head to Cape Girardeau to hear from CMO's president, Dr. Carlos Vargas.
It is my pleasure to join you this evening to present the CMO Counselor of the Year Award to an outstanding local counselor. This year's recipient is Ariel Turner, a college and career counselor at Lift for Life Academy. Ariel is a native of East St. Louis, Illinois, and a graduate of St. Louis University's School of Social Work. Before shifting to a school setting, Ariel spent over 10 years working with at-risk teens through local social service agencies. At Lift for Life Academy, she develops, coordinates, and implements college and career readiness services for underserved youth. And her commitment doesn't stop at the school doors. She loves to apply her networking skills to connect her students with community leaders and institutions to bring them unique opportunities, insights, and connections. It is a testimony to the relationship she has built that she considers Lift for Life a home and the school community a family. It is a level of trust she has gained by meeting students where they are with the resources they need when they need them. Stay tuned to learn more about Ariel Turner's work.
Live for Life is one of the best kept secrets in the city of St. Louis. We are a strong school community. I think when you come here, a student will fall in love. Just like myself, I had one visit here and it had really became my home. So it is now my new home. The COVID-19 pandemic has been very impactful on our family in many ways. Parents losing jobs, possibly facing evictions, students not being at school, and we know that they're safe due to just the day-to-day crime that happens out in the community, a lack of food or any type of resources. So it has been very impactful. So we have been able to help by linking them to various community resources or any places that we know, community agencies that assist with, from utilities to food to paying rent, anything like that. That's what I tell them. We just have to keep persevering through it all and we will reach to the next level. Our students are great. Our students are challenged. They're just intelligent scholars. I am from East St. Louis, Illinois, born, bred, and raised. Anyone who knows me knows that is my hometown, and I am a proud product of East St. Louis. Growing up in East St. Louis, it is a poverty-stricken area, so I can identify with some of the same things that my students encounter on a day-to-day basis. In East St. Louis, it is truly like a place where it is a village. It took a village to raise me. It takes a village to raise a child, and that's kind of how it is here at Live for Life Academy. I've had the greatest teachers, the greatest principals. One principal who passed on, LaTanya Mickles-Hamlin, who was actually my role model. So I wish today she was still here to see the things that I've overcome and where I am today.
In addition to her award, Ariel will receive a $500 grant from the St. Louis American Foundation. Congratulations again to our 2020 CMO Counselor of the Year, Ariel Turner. And now for this year's top individual honors. Our next award is the Stellar Performer in Education Award. And this year's recipient is Dr. Sharonica Hardin Bartley, Superintendent of the School District of University City. Dr. Hardin Bartley is a native of St. Louis and grew up in North City. She is a graduate of Lafayette High School and earned her undergraduate degree in elementary education and special education from Harris Stowe State University. She also earned a master's in education administration from St. Louis University and a PhD in educational leadership and policy studies at the University of Missouri, St. Louis. She enjoyed a 15-year career in St. Louis Public Schools, including positions as Chief Human Resource Officer and Principal, before becoming an Assistant Superintendent at the Rittner School District. Dr. Hardin Bartley took the helm as Superintendent of the School District of University City in July of 2016. In each role, she solidified her reputation as a firebrand for progress and education reform. She is an outspoken advocate for equity, trauma-informed practices, and student voice in education. She is a regional and national expert on integrating health and well-being, restorative practices, and student empowerment in the school community. For her expertise, she was a principal writer on state guidelines for trauma-informed schools through the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. We'd like to share what those impressive credentials mean in action. Keep watching to learn more about Sharonica Hardin Bartley's transformative work at U-City Schools.
Dr. Hardin Bartley is a rarity among school leaders. The bravery that she shows is unparalleled. It is very clear to those of us who genuinely care about the education of all children that the way that we do school is not sustainable, and it's actually designed in many ways to keep the status quo of what has always been in this country, especially when we look at 150 plus years of public education. And Dr. Hardin Bartley is not at all afraid to disrupt that.
For our district, or any district, really so important that the person at the helm is kind of saying, like, remember that these are humans who are also going through lots of different things, and as a district we can't necessarily address education if we can't address them as whole beings. So that's something that I think, since she's been the superintendent, that has really just transformed the way students get to feel in their learning environment and the way their needs are met and addressed each day.
So I'm a status quo disruptor. I aim to be unflinching in my pursuit of excellence for all children, particularly the ones that I serve. I feel that we have to be brutally honest about our realities and understand where we are in order to determine where we're going to go. The systems of oppression, of inequality, have plagued public school systems for many, many years. And it's going to take deliberate, bold, ambitious action to disrupt those systems. We can't sugarcoat it. It is what it is. And we have to embrace our efforts and embrace our strategy with what is absolutely best for all children at the core.
One of the biggest compliments that I can give Dr. Hardin Bartley is that I trust her with my children. And so the fact that I trust her administration enough to move my children here, because I know that as Black boys, they will be affirmed in the spaces that they walk daily as students.
Her desire to see our kids celebrated. There's so much in the celebration of learners, and to have a superintendent who's like, yes, let's celebrate them, and really buys into that is so powerful. So great with motivating faculty, she's great with motivating students, but she's also really great with making parents feel like we're so valued and important in this district.
I started with my mother and my grandmothers. They always told me to be my best self. And my grandmother used to always tell me, Sharonica, you can be young and smart, but wisdom takes time. So I hope she's looking down and seeing a wise person. I'm still developing again. I talked about my fourth grade teacher, Mrs. Vine. She was an amazing representation of a professional. She showed up to school every day. She wore her pearls. She was always nicely dressed. And she instilled in us a belief system that we could attack and accomplish anything. And I've carried that with me. And I wish that I could see her today, just to thank her for believing in a little girl from North St. Louis, and to see the story that I have, because I have one. I have a story. And those who know me well, they know that story. So to be here today, leading an amazing system such as University City, and being able to support the development of young people in tandem with their parents, and to have a community that has the confidence in me to be able to do that, it's amazing. So Ms. Vaughn, wherever you are, and if you're no longer with us, I want to say thank you. I just want to thank the American and Dr. Suggs for his leadership in the community and for highlighting the work that educators do. We're often the forgotten profession, but again, I think that education is the most important profession. So I want to thank him. I want to thank the American. I want to thank my colleagues, those throughout the St. Louis region who are working daily on behalf of children. I want to thank the University City community and my teachers, the leaders, the students, the parents, our partners. Thank you for investing in our children. And my young people, thank you for being relentless and for showing up with U City pride. I would be remiss if I did not, again, give a shout out to my mom. I adore you, I look up to you, I admire you, and I thank you for loving me, even when I sometimes didn't deserve it. So, Mom, you're my everything, and I'm just honored to be your daughter, and I hope that I'm making you proud. My children, you are my heart, and I just thank God that He blessed me with you. You are two very unique, different human beings, but every day I'm just honored to be your mom. My husband, thank you for putting up with me, James. I know I'm a piece of work, but you love me just as I am, so thank you for that. My entire circle of friends, support, sister friends, my real sister Candace, my family, just thank you all. This is a journey, and this is not about me. This is about the work on behalf of children. So let's get to work, y'all. We have work to do.
We are so proud of you. Our warmest congratulations again to our 2020 Stellar Performer in Education, Dr. Sharonica Harden Bartley. We've come to our final award of the evening, the Lifetime Achiever in Education Award. This year we honor longtime educator and leader, Reverend Dr. Doris Graham. Her formative experiences growing up in segregated schools had a significant impact on Reverend Dr. Graham's 38-year career as a teacher and administrator, and fueled her fight for equity as a teacher union organizer. While working in St. Louis public schools, Reverend Dr. Graham was a classroom teacher, a remedial reading specialist, and a co-host of an after-school radio program called The Reading is Terrific Show. She also served as an administrator during summer school, and then as assistant principal at Ames Visual and Performing Arts Elementary School for 7 years. A champion for teachers' labor rights, she served on the executive board of the St. Louis Teachers Union, Local 420, AFL-CIO, for more than 15 years, and was one of the primary negotiators for the 1979 strike. Over the years, she earned a doctorate in educational administration superintendency from St. Louis University and a master's degree in elementary administration from the University of Missouri St. Louis, in addition to her bachelor's degree in elementary education from then Harris Teachers College. She also holds a Master's of Arts in Pastoral Studies from the Aquinas Institute of Theology. In 1988, Reverend Dr. Graham became the first Black woman ever elected to the Ferguson-Florissant School Board. During her 23-year tenure, the district twice was recognized as a school district of distinction by the Missouri School Boards Association. Although she retired in 2005, Reverend Dr. Graham has not slowed or stopped advocating for students and educators. She was elected to the St. Louis Community College Board of Trustees in 2012, and then re-elected to a second term in 2018. She's also the chaplain for the Delta Sigma Theta sorority, St. Louis Alumni Chapter, Iota Phi Lambda sorority, Alpha Zeta Chapter, and for Deer Valley Home Health Services. She serves as an associate minister at Prayer Tabernacle Missionary Baptist Church. Keep watching to learn more about the remarkable career of tonight's Lifetime Achiever, Reverend Dr. Doris Graham.
I had one principal, Mr. Cobb. And Mr. Cobb stopped by my door one day and said, Dr. Graham, do you really want your job? I said, sure, I want my job. I love teaching reading. He said, well, I'm asking because every year the children, there's so many of them test out of reading, and I think if a horse came through your class in there, that horse will come out reading. I said, thank you, Mr. Cobb. As a teacher, I was a strike leader in 1979. I walked the line for 56 days, and I was on the negotiating team. And we came out with wonderful benefits, and some of those benefits the St. Louis public school teachers are living on them right to this day. And in 1988, when I was teaching over at Shepherd School as a reading specialist, I got a phone call. It was from my mayor, Ted Hoskins, and he said, the citizens in Berkeley want you to apply for an empty spot on the school board in Ferguson Farce. And I got on that board and I wrote my letter, said, I am running for this board specifically to represent children and parents that look like me, but in general for everybody. And that's what I did, because the voiceless needed a voice at the board to speak up for them. And I did. And I was able to stay on the board 23 years. And there were some things that we got done. And then from there, I've been now on the St. Louis Community College Board for a total of 8 years. I would like to thank Dr. Donald Suggs and his entire organization, St. Louis American Newspaper Foundation, for choosing me to receive this award. I have attended many of the events, and I've always sat there at my table and said, oh, that is so wonderful. That person really deserves that. I remember last year it was Dr. Charles Brown and his lovely wife, Mrs. Shirley Brown, but I never thought that I would be getting the same award that they were getting. I'm gonna tell you this, Shirley Brown has known me far away, but up close, as a little girl who started in a segregated school in Clayton, Missouri, one-room schoolhouse called Attic School. Went there with Mrs. Jackson as my teacher in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade. Third grade, I left and came to St. Louis, and I went to Benton School, and we had to walk a long way. That was before integration. The next year, I was in fourth grade, and we went to Gunlock, which was a white school, which was only a block and a half away. But this is what I remember. I was told to put my best foot forward. Wherever I go, do your best, and let God do the rest. If you can be the vessel that God can use to help somebody go higher in life, to become more successful, please do it. Don't stand in the background and say, well, you know, I would say something or I should say something. No, you have a mouth. Open up your mouth and speak, but speak with love and encourage them. Say, baby, I think you can do this. Let's look at it this way. Because I know this, if it had not been for people in my life, I would not be where I am today. There were people who saw something in me and said, Doris, you do this. Doris, you do that. And I would do it. And so we're going through a pandemic right now. We're not seeing each other. We can't hug each other. We can't love up on each other. But we can pick up that phone and we can call. We can zoom in and they can see our smiles and they can see our eyes and see that we mean business. This is your country. This is your future. And you have the right to vote. Vote for your choice. I want to tell you who to vote for, but you better use some good sense and vote so that we can have a future in the land called the United States of America.
Such a remarkable and incredible career. Our congratulations again and our gratitude for a life of service to our 2020 Lifetime Achiever, Reverend Dr. Doris Graham. If you've been inspired by our program tonight and you'd like to support the work of the St. Louis American Foundation, we urge you to visit the address on your screen to make a contribution of any amount to the Scholarship and Education Grant Fund. And don't forget that everyone who registered for the program tonight has been entered into our attendance prize drawing, which includes the fabulous grand prize trip to Jamaica, courtesy of our wonderful partner, Bubbling Brown Sugar Productions. The winners will be announced in next week's edition of the St. Louis American, so be sure to pick up a copy or two, or check it out online. If your name is chosen, the American will reach out to you at the contact you provided to make arrangements to receive your gift. Now, you know, let the party begin. Stay tuned for a special set from the always amazing Coleman Hughes Project featuring Adrian. And congratulations again to all of our awardees and scholarship recipients. You are making a difference. We believe in you, and we are here for you. We're going to rise together. Thank you for watching, and take care.
I still hang around, neither lost nor found. I hear a lonely sound of music in the night. Nights are always bright, and that's all that's left for me. Yeah. I play the street life because there's no place I can go. Street life is the only life I know. Yeah. Street life, and there's 1,000 parts to play. Street life, until you play your life away. You let the people see just who you wanna be, and every night you shine just like a superstar. That's how this life is played, a tempting masquerade. You dress, you walk, you talk, you're who you think you are. Street life, you can run away from time. Street life, for a nickel or a dime, yeah. Street life, but you better not get old. Street life, or you're gonna feel the cold. There's always a love for sale, a grown-up fairy tale. Prince Charming always smiles behind a silver spoon. And if you keep it young, your song is always sung. Your love will pave the way beneath the silver moon. Street life, street life, street life. Oh, street life. Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. life, it's the only life I know, yeah. Street life, mountain across the plain. Street life, until you play your life away. Jason Swagler on saxophone. Street life. Street life. Oh, street life. Street life. Oh, street life. Street life. Minnie Ray Richardson, one of the greatest voices ever. Just a little legend we put together. Loving you, it's easy 'cause you're beautiful, and making love with you is all I wanna do. Loving you is more than just a dream come true, and everything that I do is out of loving you. No one else makes me feel the colors that you bring. Stay with me while we grow old, and we will live each day in springtime, 'cause loving you has made my life so beautiful, and every day of my life is filled with love and you. Love and you. I see your soul come shining through. And every time that we, ooh, I'm more in love with you. Just meeting, barely touching each other. Two spirits greeting, trying to carry it further. You are one, and I am another. We should be one inside each other. You can see inside me, won't you come inside me? Do you? I stumbled on this photograph. It kind of made me laugh. It took me way back down memory lane. I see the happiness, I see the pain. Where I back down memory lane, I see us standing there, such a happy, happy pair. Love beyond compare. Look at there, look at there. The way you held me, no one can tell me that love was Did I have to find this photograph? I thought I had forgot the past, but now I'm slipping fast. Oh, back down memory lane. I feel the happiness, I feel the pain. Where am I? Back down memory lane. I'm in the sunshine, I'm in the rain. I thought it was over, but here I go again. The way you held me, no one could tell me that love would die. Than the speed of sound, back down memory lane. Be still, my foolish heart. Don't let this feeling start. Back down memory lane. I yet don't wanna go. Ooh, save me. Save me! Ooh, ooh, ooh! Save me! Save me! Save me! Save me! Save me! Oh, 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 the way you held me, no one can tell me that love will die. We are the Coleman Hughes Project featuring Adrienne. We have Jason Swagler on saxophone, Timothy T.C. Chandler on keyboards, the Coleman of Coleman Hughes, Terrence Coleman on bass and vocals, And we have the Hughes of Coleman Hughes, Mr. Carlos Hughes on drums and vocals. My name is Adrienne Felton King, and we are the Coleman Hughes Project featuring Adrienne. Thank you. This may come as some surprise, but I miss you. I could see through all of your lies, but still I miss you. You taste her love, but it doesn't feel like mine. You taste her kiss. Her kisses are not wine, they are not mine. She takes, but surely she can't give what I'm feeling now. She takes, but surely she does not know how. Is it a crime? Is it a crime that I still want you, and I want you to want me too? My love is wider than Victoria Lake. My love is taller than the Empire State. It dives and it jumps and it ripples like the deepest ocean. I can't give you more than that. Surely you want me back. Is it a crime? Is it a crime? I still want you, and I want you to want me too. Ooh. My love is wider than Victoria Lake, taller than the Empire State. It dives and it jumps. I can't give you more than that. Surely you want me back. Is it a crime? is it a crime that I still want you, and I want you to want me too? Ooh. It dives and shows, and it ripples like the deepest ocean. Can't give you more than that. Surely you want it back. Tell me, is it a I had some problems, and no one could seem to solve them. But you found the answer. You told me to take a chance and learn the ways of love, my baby, and all that it has to offer. In time you will see that love won't let you down. You say that you love me, said hurt only came to pass me. It sounded so convincing that I gave it half a chance and learned the way of love, my baby. There is so much love inside me, and all that I have, I give my all to you. All my love is, all this love is waiting for you, my baby, my darling, and all my love is waiting. Oh, I had some problems, but no one could seem to solve them. But you found the answer. So I gave it half a chance and learned the ways of you really love me, darling? Say, baby, yeah. Oh, baby. Say, baby, oh, my love is waiting for you. My sugar. And baby, oh, my love is waiting. My baby. And baby, oh, baby, my baby. Ooh, say you really love me, baby. Say you really love me, darling. 'Cause I really love you, baby. Oh, I really love you, darling. Say you really love me, baby. Say you really love me, darling. 'Cause I really love you, baby. Oh, I really love you, darling. Say you really love me, baby. Say you really love me, darling. 'Cause I really love you, baby. Show enough love you, darling. Got those instrumentalists singing on the microphone as well. All right. All right. We're going to do a Shaka Khan favorite right about here. And with a bang. Yeah. Just chipping away, it's all in a day's work. Trying hard to defend the time that I spend alone. The crowd that you lose, exploding the blues, won't get the job done. And as hard as it tries, I'm keeping my What you gonna do for me? Why There's a spark in your eye. Candyland appears each time you smile. Never thought that fairy tales come true, but they come true when I'm near you. You're a genie in disguise, full of wonder and surprise, and that's a by golly wow. You're the one that I've been waiting for forever, and ever will my love for you keep growing strong. Oh, keep growing strong. If I could, I'd catch a falling star to shine on you, so I'll know where you are. Or the rainbows in your favorite shade to show I love you. I'm thinking of you. Write your name across the sky. Anything you have to try, 'cause that's a by golly wow. You're the one that I've been waiting for forever, and ever will my love for you keep growing strong. Oh, keep growing strong. And ever will my love for you keep growing strong. Oh, keep growing strong. Moving right along, keep growing strong. Keep growing strong. It's a by wow, oh, keep growing strong.